If you're ringside and you're afforded that opportunity, I just didn't. I found it a bit distasteful. I like Terence. I think he's a great boxer. I on the call. Turki has me in his ring. I'm in this bleeding suite with Turki and a big gang of these people, right? They're presenting bout opportunities, and then the Terence Crawford one came up. 2-fight deal. They were saying maybe boxing for us. I said, listen, lads, I've done this. I've done the boxing. They have to come to me now. I'll do the boxing after. So it was worked out of a 2-fight deal.
Wow.
Mixed martial arts first.
With Terence?
With Terence. And boxing after. I said, he's not going to accept it. I hope he accepts it. He can fucking wrestle. Maybe we'll have to wait for his son to do it. Maybe his son will have the fucking courage to do it. Whatever. Gets on the phone. What's the crack, Terence? It's the Mac Daddy. I got the big fella here. We've got a big deal for you. It's hundreds of millions. 200 million to be exact. Mixed martial arts against me and a boxing one against you. I don't want to be kicked by you. No way. I says, my man, we can box the fucking few months later. What's the crack? Come on. You're mad. You can wrestle. And he just didn't want to know. So whatever, that's fine. I think that's his own thing. I don't know how you couldn't. I don't know how as a man or as a combatant you couldn't want to test yourself.
My goodness. Well, all right, man. You see, obviously, Conor McGregor wants to continue on with the beef with Terence, but Crawford decides to come out with some information that we didn't know about. A $200 million offer. A 2-fight deal. First an MMA fight, and then a boxing fight. Between Terence Bud Crawford and himself, Conor McGregor. This dude is claiming that he was at a suite in a room with a bunch of guys along with Turki al-Sheikh. Turki al-Sheikh supposedly gets on the phone with Terence Bud Crawford and Conor McGregor offers to fight this man first in an MMA event. Now, he says this was like a year, you know, he continues on by saying this was during one of those UK fights. If this was a year ago, then this was, you know, during the time when Terence Bud Crawford wasn't retired yet. But of course, probably contemplating it. Especially knowing, you know, when he's heading into that Canelo fight. So, Conor McGregor claims that he offered him a 2-fight deal. First an MMA event, and then no longer than 6 months after, a boxing event. Is Conor McGregor capping? Y'all just seen him continuing on with the beef following UFC 253, the main event, Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. Ilia Topuria quits on the stool after round 4. His face completely unrecognizable. Ilia Topuria, former featherweight, former lightweight world champion. The dude was even contemplating going up to the welterweight division, trying to fight Islam Makhachev and become a 3-division world champion. I mean, the dude needs to get back with Justin Gaethje, and I don't believe that's even possible anymore. Ilia Topuria was talking crap on Terence Bud Crawford and Shakur Stevenson. The dude was going off. He was going crazy. He said that he would knock these dudes out. Being disrespectful towards them, of course. Ilia Topuria trying to get that crossover event. Was trying his hardest, but Terence Bud Crawford and Shakur Stevenson felt like Ilia Topuria just didn't deserve that yet. He wasn't on that stool of Conor McGregor. Terence Bud Crawford broke this down and said, this dude thinks that this is a Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather type thing. This dude ain't even close to what Conor McGregor was. So, you know, if you want to argue that, go ahead and do what you want. But I would agree with that take. I know Ilia Topuria is absolutely huge, especially in this day of age. But Conor McGregor in his prime? Come on, man. Come on, bro. Ilia Topuria quit on the stool after round 4. And Terence Bud Crawford takes to Twitter and posts this. Mocking the dude. Making fun of him. This is the guy that said that he would knock me and Shakur Stevenson out at the same time. And Conor McGregor doesn't like this. He ends up seeing this and tweeting back at Terence Bud Crawford saying, you're the man who knows how to wrestle, yet does not want to fight in an MMA event. That's pitiful to me. And now that Conor McGregor has released this news, $200 million offer, I don't know if that's $100 million each for each fight, or that's $50 million for both fights, equivalating to $100 million to each of them. But Conor McGregor is claiming that he's turned this down. Now, we got to see what Terence Crawford has to say. He hasn't said nothing yet on Twitter. I want to see his response if this is cap or not. But Conor McGregor claims he was in a suite with Turki Al-Sheikh. They tried to set this up. Terence Crawford turned it down, said he does not want to be kicked by Conor McGregor. That he does not want to get into an MMA fight with him. Would you say that makes Terence Crawford scared? I'm giving you guys the option. Are you guys calling Terence Crawford a pussy for that? Because, yes, the dude does know how to wrestle. He showed it off before. You know, he's getting called out in an MMA event. Doesn't want to do it. When the MMA fighters are crossing over to the boxing, of course, you could say it's for the pay, right? But when are we going to get a boxer that goes and represents us into the MMA ring? You know what I mean? And show that they got balls. You know what I mean? Who's going to be the first one, bro? Whoever the first one that's going to be, I'm hyped up. And I'm going to support them and hope that they win. But it ain't ever happening. For some reason, boxers just don't want to step in the ring, you know, in the octagon, you know. The pay's not worth it. That's what they say, you know. But in a stance, you know, in a fight with Conor McGregor, I think it would be different, bro. I really do. I really, really do. Especially if it's after April 27th. Conor McGregor says he has a two fights left on his contract. He's fighting in July and then fighting in April of 2027. And they haven't even talked about renegotiating a contract. So his options are going to be free. If he signed a UFC with Dana White, do a crossover event, I don't know. But my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you guys think this is cap. Is this make Terence Crawford a pussy? Or is his stance at this, looking at this as a boxer perspective, saying, bruh, you guys come to our sport for a reason. That's for the money. I don't need to do this. I'm already retired. You know, at the time when he got called out, he wasn't retired. So let me know what you guys think on that. But yeah, bro, absolutely breaking news. This is the MMA Boxing Addict channel bringing it to you. I'm out.